Have you ever heard the term Napoleon complex? This term, often used to describe someone who compensates for their short stature with an aggressive and domineering personality, is named after none other than Napoleon Bonaparte. But how much of this is true, and how much is myth? Let's delve into the life of Napoleon Bonaparte, a man of ambition, genius, and ultimately tragedy. A name that echoes through the corridors of history, synonymous with power, glory, and an insatiable ambition. Yet this same man, who once held the world in the palm of his hand, found himself exiled and alone, a fallen titan in the pages of history. This is the enigmatic tale of Napoleon, a puzzle that has captivated historians, scholars, and enthusiasts for centuries. A Corsican by birth, French by choice, and emperor by sheer force of will. His life, a thrilling of meteoric ascents and heartbreaking descents, is a testament to the triumphs and tragedies of human ambition. Napoleon was a man of many facets, a military genius whose strategies revolutionized warfare, a political visionary who reshaped the contours of Europe, and a deeply flawed individual whose thirst for power led to his downfall. His life, a rich tapestry of victories and defeats, love and betrayal, glory and disgrace. Yet, beneath the grandeur and the spectacle, there lies a tale of a man, a human being with dreams, fears, and insecurities. The story of Napoleon is not just about the rise and fall of an emperor, but also about the man behind the legend, Napoleon Bonaparte, a man who dared to dream, to conquer, to rule, a man who dared to be more than just a man. His life, a compelling narrative of power, passion, and pathos, is a mirror reflecting the best and worst of human nature. His story is a cautionary tale about the perils of unbridled ambition, the transient nature of power, and the inevitable fall that follows pride. Yet, it is also a story of resilience, of the indomitable human spirit, and the relentless pursuit of power. So brace yourselves as we embark on an exploration of the life of Napoleon Bonaparte, a true legend of history. A man of humble beginnings, Napoleon Bonaparte was born in Corsica, yet he would rise to become the ruler of France. Born in 1769 to a family of minor Corsican nobility, Napoleon's journey to prominence was far from predictable. He was sent to mainland France for education at the tender age of 9, a move that would set the stage for his remarkable life. In the classrooms of mainland France, young Napoleon developed a fascination with mathematics and geography, subjects that would later play crucial roles in his military strategies. But it was his time at the military academy in Paris that truly shaped his destiny. A year after his graduation, the French Revolution began, a turbulent period that would see Napoleon rise from an artillery officer to a national hero. The siege of Toulon in 1793 was a turning point for young Napoleon. His strategic genius was displayed in full force as he successfully ousted the British forces, earning him a promotion to brigadier general at the age of just 24. His relentless ambition didn't stop there. He continued to climb the ranks of the French military, demonstrating an uncanny ability to turn the tide of battle in his favor. Napoleon's rise was not merely due to his military prowess. He was a master of political maneuvering, capitalizing on the instability of the French Revolution to consolidate power. By 1799, he had staged a coup d'etat, effectively making him the ruler of France. His transformation from a Corsican boy to the French ruler was a testament to his relentless ambition, strategic genius, and an uncanny ability to seize opportunities. From a young artillery officer to the ruler of France, Napoleon's rise was nothing short of meteoric. His story is a testament to the power of ambition and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that would forever be etched in the annals of history, began his journey in the humblest of ways, yet rose to heights that few could ever dream of reaching. Napoleon's reign was marked by an era of grand triumphs, innovative reforms, and breathtaking conquests. This statement not only encapsulates the essence of Napoleon Bonaparte's rule, but also sets the stage for the exploration of his many victories and achievements. From the Battle of Austerlitz to the Battle of Jena-Auerstedt, Napoleon's military prowess was on full display. His genius in warfare was not just limited to the battlefield, but extended to his innovative strategies and tactics. One notable instance of his brilliance was his use of the divide and conquer strategy in the Battle of Austerlitz, where he feigned weakness to lure the enemy into a trap, resulting in a decisive victory for the French. Another example was his innovative use of artillery in the Battle of Friedland, which turned the tide in favor of the French. He was a master at utilizing the terrain, deceiving the enemy, exploiting their weaknesses. His victories brought him not just territorial gains, but also an aura of invincibility that enhanced his reputation in Europe. Yet Napoleon's reign was not just about military conquests. His leadership transformed France and Europe in profound ways. The Napoleonic Code, a revolutionary legal system, stands as a testament to his reformative vision. It swept away outdated laws of the old regime and replaced them with a uniform legal system that emphasized equality before law, protection of civil liberties, and secularism. This code was so influential that it continues to form the basis of the legal system in many countries today. Napoleon's ambition was not just limited to France. He aimed to dominate Europe and create a grand empire. From Spain to Russia, he expanded his rule, bringing many European nations under his control. This was the zenith of power, a period of unrivaled dominance and influence. But with every triumph comes a cost. Napoleon's relentless pursuit of power and glory strained his resources, alienated his allies, and sparked widespread resistance. His audacious goal of a unified under French rule was a dream too big, too ambitious. At the height of his power, Napoleon seemed invincible. But as history has often shown, the higher one rises, the harder one can fall. As we delve deeper into Napoleon's life, we will see how his meteoric rise was followed by an equally dramatic fall. As we navigate through the tumultuous waters of Napoleon's life, if you're finding this journey as riveting as we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more such fascinating insights into historical figures and events. And as always, we value your thoughts and opinions. So feel free to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts on Napoleon's life and rule. Stay tuned as we unravel the final chapters of Napoleon Bonaparte's life in the next scene. Behind the glory and triumphs, there lies a darker side to Napoleon's rule. While his reign brought about significant modernization and reform, it was also marked by a heavy hand of authoritarianism and suppression of freedoms. Let's delve deeper into this less celebrated aspect of Napoleon's rule. First, let's discuss the Napoleonic Code. While it modernized the French legal system, establishing clear laws and abolishing feudalism, it also curtailed many freedoms and rights. Women, in particular, found their rights severely limited under this new legal framework. Property rights, divorce, and child custody heavily favored men, pushing women into a secondary role in society. Next, we move on to the economic impact of Napoleon's decisions. His relentless wars and the Continental blockade, aimed at crippling Britain's economy, led to severe economic hardships for the French populace. Inflation soared, and essential goods became scarce, leading to widespread discontent. Most damning, however, was the suppression of freedoms under Napoleon's rule. He ruthlessly persecuted his political opponents, often imprisoning or exiling them without trial. Freedom of the press was heavily curtailed, with Napoleon himself saying, "4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets." He implemented a network of police and informants to maintain order and control, creating a climate of fear and suspicion. In conclusion, Napoleon's rule, while transformative, was also marked by tyranny and suppression. This authoritarian aspect of his reign played a significant part in sowing the seeds of discontent among his subjects, setting the stage for his eventual downfall. From the peak of power to the pit of despair, Napoleon's downfall was as dramatic as his rise. As we delve into the chapters of Napoleon's life, we find a stark contrast to the triumphant conqueror we've previously explored. A series of missteps, miscalculations, and misfortunes led to his eventual downfall and exile. The first domino to fall was the disastrous Russian campaign. Napoleon, brimming with overconfidence in his military prowess, led an ill-prepared army into the freezing depths of the Russian winter. His forces, which had once numbered over 500,000, quickly dwindled to a mere fraction of their original strength due to the brutal conditions, lack of supplies, and relentless Russian resistance. This marked the beginning of the end for Napoleon's reign. Now let's examine his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo, which was the final nail in the coffin for his reign. Napoleon, hoping to regain his lost glory, squared off against the combined forces of the Seventh Coalition. The Duke of Wellington, leading the opposing forces, took advantage of the terrain and employed a defensive strategy. His forces repelled Napoleon's onslaught, outmaneuvering the French emperor. Furthermore, the arrival of Prussian reinforcements led by Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher sealed Napoleon's fate. Despite his tactical genius, he was outnumbered and outwitted. His defeat marked the end of the Napoleonic Wars and his rule as Emperor of the French. Following this brutal loss, Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Once the most powerful man in Europe, he was now a captive, living a life of solitude on a barren, windswept island. His grand plans, his dreams of empire, all reduced to naught. He spent his final days penning his memoirs, reflecting on his life, his victories, and his failures. Napoleon's story is a cautionary tale of ambition and hubris. A man who reached for the stars, only to fall from the heavens. A man who changed the course of history, only to become a prisoner of it. His downfall was as dramatic, as tragic as the man himself. In the end, Napoleon, once the master of Europe, died a captive on a lonely island far from the land he once ruled. Like the man himself, Napoleon's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a man of many faces, a conqueror, a reformer, a visionary. His influence spans across centuries, touching every corner of the globe. Napoleon's impact on France is undeniable. He centralized the French government, modernized the French economy, and created a set of laws that continues to underpin French society today. Known as the Napoleonic Code, this legal framework was not just for France. It spread across Europe during the Napoleonic Wars, influencing legal systems far and wide. His code abolished feudalism, established freedom of religion, and promoted a merit-based society over birthright privilege. Beyond his legal contributions, Napoleon also played a significant role in shaping nationalism. His rule sparked a sense of national identity in the French people, an identity that was defined by language, culture, and shared history. This idea of nationalism spread across Europe and beyond, forever changing the political landscape, but Napoleon's legacy extends beyond the tangible. After his death, a romantic legend grew around his name. He was immortalized in art, literature, and popular culture, transforming him from a man into a myth. His life story, filled with dramatic triumphs and heartbreaking tragedies, captured the imagination of the world. His legend has inspired countless works, from Victor Hugo's Les Misérables to Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. His image, whether as a heroic general or a tragic figure in exile, continues to captivate artists and audiences alike. In conclusion, Napoleon Bonaparte left an indelible mark on the world. His reforms reshaped France, his rule redefined nationalism, and his legend continues to inspire. He was a man of his time, but his influence transcends the ages. Napoleon Bonaparte, a man of triumphs, tragedies, and an enduring legacy that continues to captivate us even today.